Welcome back to another Q-Tip Fridays with your boy Q Banks. This topic is called Stop Being Shy and Ask Questions. Okay? Don't be shy. So this topic came about when I was on a podcast and then me and my boys talking, and then we were just saying that you remember that scene on Wolf of Wall Street when the dude walks into the restaurant and asks Jordan yo bro, we live in the same building, you drive a fancy car, what do you do? There was some sort of disconnection there, as to why he's not really understanding what's going on. You know what I'm saying? He was confused, which is not a bad thing, But that one interaction propelled him so far, Now he has a new network, now he has a new opportunity, now he has a new job. Now there's so much that was gained just from that one interaction, A lot of times I say it doesn't make sense to be scared of a person that you don't even know. Why are you intimidated by a person that you don't even know? You have no type of history with, nothing. It doesn't make sense. Just fucking interact. You're not gonna know every single person inside the entire world. Nor does it even make sense to just be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just to have that one friend and that kind of stuff. No, you gotta have multiple acquaintances and that kind of stuff. You could interact with people to actually gain connections and networks and just build a community in some kind of way. But to say that you want to stick to yourself, a lot of times it don't even make sense. There's no kind of real benefit from that. Interact. If you're out and about at a networking event, ask a question or two. That one interaction can lead you to 1,000 opportunities, 1,000 resources, even $1,000. You never know what could be the outcome from one interaction, because that one interaction it can take you so far to the point that you now are connected to all these people that you never even knew before. Now you could actually go out and about, and people would recognize you based off of that one interaction that you made with that other person. Oh shit, you were that one person on that so and so. If I go on one podcast with this one group, I'm now introduced to their entire audience. So now if I'm out and about and a person in their audience that is not a part of my audience sees me oh shoot, you're so and so, you were on so, now you just gain a connection that you never had before. When it comes to a lot of business and that kind of stuff, or just the business realm, the entrepreneur realm and that kind of stuff, it's all about connections and just making finding other resources that pretty much can help you propel in some kind of way. Should that always be the motive? Not at all. But at the same time, it's always good to just be out and about, be out at a little networking event, and just I'm so and so, blah blah. Oh, I do this and I do that. What do you do? And from there, gain that connection and take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? You never know what that one connection can actually grow you to be. You could actually grow into a friggin' billionaire just from one connection that you made, and in a restaurant this one night or some shit. You never know, But if you see a person that pretty much has or is living or has things that you might want, gain that connection. You never know what that person does. If a person pulls up to me, let's say if I'm in one of my cars and then a person pulls up next to me in a Koenigsegg or Pagani, I'm gonna ask yo, what the fuck do you do? I don't care how good I'm doing, I'm still gonna ask. Pride aside, ego aside, you always have to just be that person that interacts a tad bit, because that one interaction, now you have a new friend. Now they're putting you in contact with things or in contact with people that they know, or things that they do, and all these things. If a person meets me randomly inside the street, right? They see the car I'm driving and that kind of stuff. That's why I feel like cars is just as important, because it kind of shows that you have something going on without you having to even say anything. You know what I'm saying? A person's not gonna ask a person in a Honda Civic, yo bro, what do you do? Not at all. A person in a Ferrari is gonna get asked, yo bro, what do you do? Because they have something that's more out there, something that just pops. If a person has on a Casio watch, they're not gonna really get asked yo, what do you do? Versus if they have on a Richard Mille or like a Patek or like some kind of crazy expensive watch, they're gonna get asked like, what do they do because of that certain item that they might have, you know? It's like those small things. Like some people might see it as being materialistic and that kind of stuff. At the same time, like this just gained a connection, you know? I was out and about. The dude had like my watch. It was not many made. All of a sudden, we had a little conversation about it, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden, we just gained a connection. Those little material things can also propel you forward, can also get you into networks and communities that you might not even be connected to, you know, but that one item got you into that room. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to material stuff, look beyond just it being a fucking material item. You know what I'm saying? That one material item can get you connections, meet people, in conversations, breaking the ice, all these things, you know, taking full advantage of the situation based on that one item, you know? So this Q-tip topic, you know, coming to an end. Overall, when you're in a networking type setting, fucking network. Fucking network, you know. Ask questions. Like if you're not at a spot that you're comfortable with in life, ask questions to a person that might be at a spot that you want to be in. You know, it's not wrong. Don't be scared. Put the pride aside. Don't be egotistical. All these things, because that's gonna hold you back. If you're in a networking setting, interact. If you're out at a grocery store and a person is, you know, they're getting groceries in fucking Cullinan or like, what the fuck do you do? Like, you know, like just weird shit that you might come across that might just catch your eye. Ask questions because you never know how far that's gonna get you in life. You know what I'm saying? Even till this day, I still take advantage of it. Like I said, don't be scared. You know, don't be shy. Ask questions. You know, put your foot forward because that one interaction can be life changing. You know what I'm saying? So this is right here was a Q-tip topic. Don't be shy and ask questions. And I'm see you guys on the next Q-tip Fridays. Peace out.